Hello, good people. You know what it is. It's that time again. Yes, it is time for our UBC Power Rankings. Now, I am your host, Jay Specs. You see my new logo. Shout outs to Kai for helping me out with that. You're a champion. And yeah, people, this is week 6, so let's get right down to nitty gritty. To start off the Power Rankings, we have number 10. And my number 10 for this week is none other than Tyler, the coach of the Seattle Seahawks. Now, the main reason why Tyler is at number 10 is because he didn't even have his match. Apparently, he's having issues with his Skype, so he's not able to get into the chat to contact his opponents to have his matches. So, I mean, yeah, in retrospect, maybe there should be some leadway, but we also want to give off the notion that playing your battles is very important, which is why he is ranked number 10. He was the only person on to play today, and there's nothing else for me to go off of. There's nothing else for me to say. He was unable to play, and with that, he lost his match. Now, with number 9, we have Kahona. Oh my goodness, why is the number 9 way down there? Move up. And why is it so out of focus? Hello? We have Kahona, coach of the Violet City Moltres. Now, my friend Kahona had a match against Jet, the current leader in the standings for every week. And pretty much Kahona was losing and then quit. Like, I guess he saw that the match was going nowhere fast and just decided to quit. That's another thing we're going to try to steer you guys away from doing. We don't want you guys quitting. Just play your matches. I mean, even if it looks as if it's a loss, I understand that. If you don't feel as if you're going to win, you just forfeit. I actually looked at the match and I think he might have stepped away from his computer and just not have been able to come back. If that's what happened, then I completely understand. But that just left. I mean, the decision for that match was that it was just over, and then Jet picked up the win. So yeah, that is my number 9, Kahona. I already know about you, man. You have nothing to worry about. It was just a series of unfortunate events, and I'm pretty sure you will come back strong next week. Oh my goodness, reverse by accident. Now, at the number 8 spot, I have the Dugo, the Bird, and the Tampa Bay Frogadier. Let me move you down there so you can actually be near your ranking. And Bird faced Adam. And after a series of showdown shenanigans, with the hacks and stuff like that. I wouldn't necessarily say the hacks, but there were some things that led to Verd not getting the result he wanted. Being he wanted to swap Amon out, but he was unable to swap it out. And the reason being, he went to swap it out, but he clicked for it to be swapped out on Showdown, but Showdown didn't register it and it stayed in. So I mean, things like that happen on Showdown all the time, and I mean that just pretty much thwarted his plans for even attempting to come back and just had him quit the rest of the match. Excuse me, people. Apparently, I'm tired because that yawn was just insane. But yeah, that's why Verd is my number 8. He ended up picking up a 5. I mean, Adam ended up picking up a 5-0 over him because of that. And I mean, he just lost a will to play after those shenanigans. I understand, because that happens to me on Showdown all the time, and I'm not going to hold it against him, because it's my boy, and he is an amazing battler. Alright, and with that, we shall move on to number 7. Right? Number 7? Oh, hello? Next time, I'm probably going to set this up for a bunch of separate things, just so that I don't have to manually put them up there. But at number 7, we have John, coach of the Florida Gators. John played against Orso and was manhandled, to say the least. He lost 4-0 to Orso in very good fashion on Orso's part. He made some pretty good plays and was able to pick up a good W on him. And with that, I mean, John, he has the second. Excuse me, people. I don't know why I'm so tired. Second highest loss differential for this week, so I had to put him down here. Hope you understand, my friend. Now, with that, we shall move on to number 6, because we don't need to sit here and be here all day, people. at the number 6 slot, I have RG, coach of the New York Metas. He has been on a little schneid, to quote my man. He tried. Haven't heard that word in forever. Pretty good sports term. I mean, just a slope, a downhill slide. Like you're just on the down end of things. Like things aren't necessarily going in the direction you want it to be. And he's had a few losses, man. Season's been getting a little rough for him. He has an amazing team. He just hasn't been able to function with it as best as he knows he can play, as well as I know he can play. Like I've been saying all season, RG is not a bad player in the least bit. He's just a very unorthodox player in the sense of sometimes he'll make very awkward plays. Awkward in the sense that it wouldn't be a play you necessarily think was the best play to make, but in his brain or his mind, he saw the perfect opportunity to make that play for a specific reason. And in his brain, you were going to make the necessary switch that would have made his play with God tier. But, I mean, whenever you make plays like that, it's a big 50-50 risk. And so far this season, most of the time, those risks have been on the other side of the ladder. But, I mean, season's not over. Still a few more weeks left to go. I'll just finish it out strong, my boy. Finish out strong. And with that, we go on to the top half of the rankings. Now, the main reason why these rankings this week are so short for me is because we had a match that was basically a DNP. I did not play. Tom was able to pick up the win over Tyler because Tyler, was just unable to play. I'm not completely sure about Adam's policy for DN wins. Like, I don't know if he's getting a 3-0 or a 6-0, but he didn't have to play a match this week and he picks up a win, which is why I didn't want to make him any higher, and I wasn't going to make him any lower than other the losers because he didn't lose. So he picks up a free win, and I'm happy. Well, I'm not happy because I'm pretty sure he'd love to have that match opportunity back, but things happen, you know? And with that, people, we move on to the number 4 in the rankings. Now, at number 4, we have my man, Young Orso, in the Windsor Weeviles. I always said Orso, all it takes is him to just grab onto that momentum and he can start playing well. And he absolutely played amazing against John. He handled him greatly. A very good second win after the win he picked up last week. And I mean, it's got him all the way to 4th in the rankings. Yes, sir. In a sense, the way I've been doing these rankings this season is the losers are pretty much the bottom half for the most part, and the winners are pretty much the top half. Because most of these situations, the losers, no matter how well they've been playing on the season, they usually face one of the top tier guys and get blown out. So I can't put somebody that's 4-0. I mean, that they lost 0-4. And this is just a random example. Like, I'm not making any cases or saying people are playing bad or anything like this. But I can't put somebody that got dominated over somebody that won handily just because they're considered one of the lesser players in the league. You play well, you win well, you move up well. As far as the continuity with the weeks, I kind of see there's some continuation because, yes, like I said, certain cases, if let's say Adam and Jack were to play and Adam lost by 1, he wouldn't jump down to the bottom 5. He'd still, depending on the other wins of the week, he'd still be most likely in the top 5 or at the lowest 6. But it's all depending on, I mean, your body of work is being looked at. I'm not just saying, well, you lost this week, so you're automatically in the bottom half. That's not how I'm trying to do it. And with that, we move on to number 3, the top 3, the big 3 for this week's rankings. Come on, 4, get out of here. And at number 3, we have my boy Choice CJ, coach of the Baltimore Orioles. Now, he didn't really have to move up too much, but he did have a very, very, very good game with RG. RG was able to come back strong and actually put forth an effort. Like, that match was going back and forth, crit for crit. good play for good play. Like, it was very surprising to see the plays made in this battle. And pretty much in the end, CJ showed his reasoning for drafting Megaseptile. He was able to sweep because the match ended with RG having 3 Mons all week to Megaseptile. So once he was able to take one out, he was just able to, and they were all at low health, so he was just able to spam Leaf Storm to win the game. And I mean, CJ, like I said, is my dark horse, and he has been proving me wrong. He is top 3 in our rankings for a reason. He has been playing very solid this whole season, and I'm very impressed, my friend. Very, very impressed. And now we move on to the top 2 of the rankings, people. The top 2. Yes, the top 3 actually didn't really change at all. Because at number 2 we have the Bee's Knees, the commissioner of the UBC, Adam. And quite frankly, Adam, since that one loss he had to RG early in the season, has played at a very high level since, and continues to play at a very high level. He's being aware of his win conditions. He knows how to play around things that can beat him. And I mean, he's just playing well, like Adam should. Looks like he's trying his best to try to grab him the championship for the UBC Season 2, whereas he was stripped of it, well, not stripped of it, but he lost last season to the Verg. And I mean, he's doing what needs to be done to go after that cup. And with that, there is only one person currently in his way, and that is our number 1, still number 1 through 6 weeks of play, Jack, the coach of the Maryland Mian Chaos. Jack picked up a 6-0 victory against Kahuna, and he's been dominating all season. With the win against Kahuna, he was up 4-0, and then Kahuna ended up leaving when he was down by 4. Like, he just left. I don't remember as to why he left or what happened, but oh no, yes I do. I don't know if something happened. He just left. Like, it just said Kahuna left in the battle, and then Jack and them were just sitting there waiting, and then I guess they waited for a while, and then Jack was just handed the victory. He was up 4-0 at that point, so he ends up getting the 6-0 victory. And Jack's just playing well, man. I always knew he was a good battler. I always knew he was a guy to watch out for, but he's definitely proven me wrong from my pre-draft rankings where I didn't have him as my number 1. He's showing me I should have had him as my number 1, and when he preps and has a team that he is confident in, he can do whatever he needs to do to grab that win. And people, I'm not going to sit here and babble. You see it here again. Your Maryland Mian Chaos are number 1. Will anyone take them out of that ranking next week? Will anyone grab the number 1? Will they lose? Tell me in the comment section how you feel. Who's going to be number 1? Tell me also who's your pick to win the whole thing, because this season is very, very interesting. Like I said, I'm not going to ramble. Check my channel out if you feel so. If you feel the need to check out your boy, your friendly analyst, I will very much appreciate it. I'm sorry for the rambling. I just gotta, not the rambling, but the kind of pause, because I got a message on Skype and it kind of threw me off. But people, I'm your boy. I'm out of here.